Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking at the 10 weirdest unlockables in Spider-Man games. For this list, we'll be showcasing the oddest suits and other unlockable features from Spidey's career in video games. Did you remember all these strange unlockables? Which one is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Undies, Marvel's Spider-Man. Well, this is just plain unprofessional. Spidey's games still had cool unlockable costumes before Insomniac took the reins, but the studio put a lot of love into its selections, and the additional perks were of course welcome. The final suit to unlock, however, is not a neat reference to a Spider-Man comic run. Instead, it puts Peter in some Spidey-themed boxer briefs, with only his mask and web shooters to protect him. It's a silly final reward, which takes beating the campaign, side quests, and all citywide activities to unlock. As weird as it is, it does come with a great endgame power, Equalizer, which, when activated, makes it so all enemies and Peter go down in one punch.
Finally off to Rikers, huh? You know, I think you've got more enemies in there than I do.
Pinhead Bowling, Spider-Man the movie. It's not unusual to unlock a minigame after progressing further in a game's story. However, the minigame from the first Spider-Man movie tie-in is definitely odd. After earning 10,000 points in the story mode, you'll unlock Pinhead Bowling in the training menu. Going one goofy step beyond regular bowling, Spider-Man swings down the lane, knocking over tied-up goons in the place of pins. It's definitely one of the funniest unlockables in a Spider-Man game, but it's also a multiplayer feature in a predominantly single-player game. You and a couple of friends could compete to see who could kick over the most pinheads in a game. We get the feeling Peter would find this oddly therapeutic. The Hornet, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. In the Identity Crisis comic storyline, Spider-Man was framed for murder, and so had to create a few alter egos to keep fighting crime. One was the Hornet, which appears as an unlockable costume in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. While it's not odd that it was included, it is just an odd suit. The bright pink, the giant yellow emblem on the front, the clunky shoulder pads and gauntlets. Let's just say we're grateful Marvel hasn't tried to transition this one from the page to the big screen yet. Funnily enough, it also comes with a harness for mechanical wings that are just for show, and unfortunately, don't actually work. Mangaverse Suit, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Take that! Win again!
Shattered Dimensions has you take control of 4 separate Spider-Men, 3 from different realities, and 1 from the Amazing Universe's future. Each version has alternate costumes you can unlock, though one of the strangest is that of the Ultimate Spider-Man. The Mangaverse suit comes from an alternate reality, naturally, where Peter was part of a spider clan of martial artists. The suit adapts several cosmetic features from typical manga character designs, like oversized gloves and boots. He also carries a tiny Spidey-themed backpack. It isn't the first or last time manga and anime would influence Spider-Man, but the Mangaverse may be unknown to most casual fans, so it was weird to see it pop up here, as well as in DLC for the 2018 game. Big Heads and Feet, Variants. The big head cheat is seen throughout a lot of retro games, and it never fails to make us chuckle. But not many also include a big feet cheat. Some of the older Spider-Man games featured a variety of cheats to make your playthrough zanier. Neversoft's Spider-Man included the big head cheat, though for its sequel, Enter Electro, developer Vicarious Visions made it so you could enlarge his feet. The first movie's tie-in game also let players engorge Peter's head and feet to outrageous size. Seeing Spidey so top and bottom heavy swinging around NYC is a ridiculous sight to behold. Sadly, these types of cheats are mostly a thing of the past. Spider-Man 1602, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, and Edge of Time. Dressing Peter like a 1920s detective for Spider-Man Noir is one thing, but this 1600s getup is a bit too silly to take seriously. In both Shattered Dimensions and Edge of Time, players could gain an alternate costume that dressed him like a 17th century dandy. This costume actually comes from a different dimension, introduced in the comic miniseries Marvel 1602. This version of Spider-Man is named Peter Parquois, yes, really, who works under Spy Master Nicholas Fury. Or he did until he was wiped out like many others in the Spider-Verse storyline. Considering this outfit doesn't look nearly as comfortable as Spidey's spandex, it's a strange choice no matter the time period. Bodega Cat Suit, Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Oh, I'm unstoppable!
Just because we find something a bit odd doesn't mean it's not also the most adorable thing we've ever seen. After beating the campaign of Miles Morales, you'll unlock the Cat's Pajamas side quest. And once you beat that, you'll get one of the best suits of any Spider-Man game. With this suit equipped, Miles will take the cat named Spider-Man with him on his adventures. The feline sidekick will wear a Spider-Man mask and pop out during finisher moves to give bad guys an extra smack. While it doesn't come with a signature ability, we'd argue something this cute doesn't need one. And you can always move over mods from the other various suits. Needless to say, once we unlocked this, it never came off. Suitless Peter, Various. Regular Peter Parker may seem like a boring alternate costume, and it is, but it's weird to think what would happen in the comics or movies if he began swinging around NYC, fighting crime without a mask on. In several of the old games, such as the first movie tie-in, you could unlock this incredibly underwhelming alternate suit. Even though the games are older, we're sure there were better costume choices than this. In Ultimate Spider-Man, there are actually 2 Peter Parker costumes you can unlock, one of which is differentiated by wearing a hoodie. Maybe we've been spoiled by the later games, but we still wonder why the developers included these. Bombastic Bag-Man Suit, Various.
Find something to stop him. No chance.
The Bombastic Bag-Man is one of the most amusing suits Peter has worn in the comics. After Reed Richards helped Peter separate from the Venom symbiote, Johnny Storm gave him an old Fantastic Four suit and a paper bag to hide his identity, as well as a Kick Me sign taped to his back. Obviously a joke suit, it has appeared in more games than most other alternate suits. From 2000's Spider-Man to Shattered Dimensions all the way up to the 2018 game, the Bombastic Bag-Man has come to be expected, despite the short time Peter actually wore it in the comics. It looks utterly ridiculous, and yet we're always happy to see it. Here's hoping it returns in Spider-Man 2. What If Mode. Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 enter Electro. Most of us know the What If comic series, and the Disney Plus show based on it. But for the PS1 games, a very peculiar mode with the same name was included. In it, you'd play through the story with major events being relatively unchanged. However, there's a whole lot else that is. You'll find tons of pop culture references, as well as some character cameos like Ghost Rider and Namor in the first game. Not only that, but there will just be bizarre instances, like a goldfish inside Mysterio's helmet, a sequence where Spider-Man starts to breakdance, or a giant floating banana Spidey can ride. We understand why developers probably can't do things like this anymore, but it's still undeniably weird and really cool.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.